play about them Saints. Shout out to Draye, shout out to Jerry. Let's go. Who that? Who that? Ayy. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Ayy. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't. Yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that? Yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't. Yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't. Yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Let's get it. On the play, Marshawn Lattimore. Running to the motherfucking bank like an animal. AK-41, leave a nigga ankle. Fall, her, let that motherfucker dangle. Shout out to my girl, she my angel. When she throw it back, I catch it like a Michael Thomas. Sitting back, waiting on my motherfucking turn. Like I'm Andy Dalton. Man, what the motherfucking deal is? I'm a motherfucking house like Tyson Hill. Yeah, you know we grinding trying to get you meals. And you know I never took a bad deal. If the ops play, I'ma send a blitz.
Welcome back to WhoDatTV. This is the pre-game hype podcast. I'm live. I'm ready for this game. I know we're going to get this dub. But before we get into that, before we get into our Breesy Picks of the Week 5, let me bring in my co-host, my nigga, my brother, Floyd.
Yes, sir. Who that? We back home in the dome. It's finna be live. I'm in the booth myself, so I'm outside breathing this good Louisiana air. I can't wait, brother. Who that?
Who that, man? And also, man, we got our other co-host with us today. My dog, I seen him last Wednesday. My brother, Kendric.
Yes, sir. What it do? Who that?
Who that, man? Who that?
All the way from Illinois, you know what I'm saying? Who that always?
That's it, man. Top of the morning, top of the morning. Man, we got a big one today, fellas. We got a big one. We got the Seahawks today. But before we get into that game, man, I want to jump into our Week 5 Breesy Picks of the Week.
Yeah.
And, man, we got some good games lined up today, man. First games first. A few good ones. The Lions and the Patriots, man.
Started to place a bet on this one last night. I think the Patriots are favored by 2.5 points. I'm like, bro, that's just too close to call. So if I had to, I would go with a money line bet. I would probably roll with the New England Patriots because that defense has been playing really well and they're coming off a loss. So they're trying to right the ship and get themselves back into a position where they can contend for that division championship with the Bills and the Miami Dolphins. So I think they'll get in the win column on this game, being that Detroit is really, really hurt and kind of missing a lot of key pieces right now. Patriots maybe 23-20.
Okay. Who you got, Ken?
I ain't gonna lie, I'm about to rock with the Lions, man. Their offense been too powerful. They're taking too many L's. I think they'll pull one out this week. That's my vote. I don't know if Mac Jones is back yet.
I think he's out.
Yeah, I know Bill can coach a hell of a game, but my vote gonna go once Jared Goff pull out this dub this week, man.
Okay. I'm rocking with the Lions also, Ken. Yeah, I feel like they're gonna come through over the Patriots, like Mac Jones huge being out for the Patriots. So yeah, man, I'm rocking with them boys too. I got the Lions 28-3.
Okay. I ain't mad at it. Honestly.
Hey, you said 28-3. Hey, they like the worst defense in the league. Crazy.
Honestly, no, that offense has been balling. They're running the football on everybody, so I wouldn't be surprised to see.
Hey, they slinging that ball, they running that ball, they doing their thing. I mean, I didn't say a score. I don't see the Patriots putting up big numbers. I think they slow the game down, so I do think like 23 to like 24-17 type game.
Okay.
Okay.
Regardless of the score, I got Lions, man.
A big Lions. Big Lions.
Yo,
That's just ice on the cake. You hit that, boy. I'm telling you, gotta go hit the lottery or something, boy.
I was just throwing it up out there, ain't lying.
Yes, sir.
But Yeah, man. Shoot, that's gonna be a good game though, man. We're gonna lock in on that. We're gonna see what's up. And man, I'm trying to go 9-0 this week, y'all. Man, I ain't lying.
Everything.
Yeah.
But next one we got y'all the Falcons and Buccaneers
Ooh.
at the Buccaneers. Who y'all got?
Boo, they tie. It's a tie, boy.
I hope so. I hope they both lose.
I ain't gonna lie though. Bucks. I think I think I shared this fact last week. Falcons undefeated against the spread, but I think this the week Falcons get smacked, man. So Bucks took a nasty little L last week. I think they blow the Falcons out, to be honest.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised. And honestly, Tom Brady got a whole lot of animosity and motivation built up, depending on what the, kind of what the storyline is and the headlines in his personal life, things I don't know anything about, but that would not surprise me. I'm kind of leaning towards what I would like to see versus what I think is going to happen, to be 100% honest. And because I'm not as afraid of the Atlanta Falcons as I am of Tampa Bay, I would rather see the Falcons win this game and take the lead in our division, and they be the ones with the target on their back rather than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, being that we are in a situation where if we go 1-1 against, or not even go 1-1, if we win both games against the Falcons, then we would win that tiebreaker if we ended up with the same record or same division record. Whereas with the Buccaneers, they've already got a 1-up on us. So I'm not sure how that situation will play out. I would rather see the Atlanta Falcons get into that lead of the division and go 3-2. So with that being said, I would say Atlanta 27-17. Tampa Bay has been struggling to put points on the board, and I'm hoping that continues.
I got the
good
Falcons.
Score.
I got the Falcons.
Hey, Floyd, the spread is 10. That's a good score.
Real? Okay. So I'm on par with what Vegas is thinking. That's always good.
10. Okay.
I got the Falcons pulling through. I'm never about to pick the Buccaneers. And look, yeah, man, I'm starting not to like them. I mean, yeah, not like them more than I don't like the Falcons, bro. And that's getting bad, man.
Look, I hate both of them.
I hate both of them too, but
I'm just gonna, if I'm from a gambling standpoint, I do think that the Bucks two Bucks due for a win and the Falcons due to get blown out, and I think it's gonna be.
Now that's a really good point. And Tampa Bay defends the run, and Atlanta relies on the run heavily. So,
but one of the biggest things though is mainly because Kyle Pitts I believe is out, and they lost Cordell Patterson. That's
huge.
Cordell Patterson was majority of their offense the first 3 weeks. Mm-hmm. So I don't know how they move without him. I know Kyle Pitts has been irritating people because he's kind of like hit or miss, but he's still a really reliable weapon out there. And I don't think Drake London is that guy to hold it down by himself. So I think the Bucks they kind of strapped up today still because they still got Mike Evans, Godwin, and Gage are loaded today.
They are loaded. They are loaded.
It's gonna be a tough one, man, for the Falcons.
It is. I don't know, man. I got them pulling that one, man. Right. They trying to get on top of that division,
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So I'm trying to get them up there. So when we play them, we'll just jump ahead of both of them, Falcons and the Buccaneers. So
it's in Tampa Bay?
Yeah, it's in Tampa.
I wish it was in Atlanta. There would be Julio's first game back in Atlanta since he left 2 years ago.
Boy, I forget they got Julio too.
Hey, but Julio out, man. Julio not even playing. Just ruled him out like 5 minutes ago, so he out.
He been in and out. He been down bad. They wanted a lot more production out of him.
Yeah, that's kind of what people been saying when he got signed. It's like he's not that big of a threat because you never know how many games he plays. But I'll never rule Julio out. That's still a
facts. I done seen him do damage.
That's a demigod, man. He's different.
That's it. Real different. Mm-hmm. Next one I'm gonna hop into, y'all. The Steelers versus the Bills.
Woo!
So I think the spread is like 15 points.
Yeah, it's 14. I think, unless they bumped it. It was 14 last I seen. Hey, I gotta shout out my boys. I think they tuned in. My guy Jamal, he's a diehard Steelers fan. He told me don't bash his Steelers.
Can't do it. What's up, bro?
What's up with it, man?
Well, my guy Trail too. He's a Steelers fan too. But my pick, I gotta be a realist, man. I'm gonna go with the Bills. Another Steelers, they got Minka, man. He been balling on defense, but no TJ Watt. It's hard for them right now, and They do got some new blood at QB right now, Mr. Kenny Pickett.
Yeah.
So
Little razzle
we'll
dazzle.
see. Yeah, we'll see. That was a big change. I know. I love Mike Tomlin. He's probably arguably one of the better coaches in the league, long-term coach. So like I trust his decision-making skills. So we'll see what he do with him.
We need Mike Tomlin on the Saints.
Yeah,
Yeah, we need to throw a bag at that
man,
boy.
let's
really
just
do.
combine teams, man. The New Orleans, Saint Steelers, whatever we want to do.
Yeah, whatever. Some.
No, and that's a good point. I feel like because of Mike Tomlin, the game is going to be a whole lot closer. If I was going to decide to go with the bet, I would pick the Steelers, being that I think they'll stay within that 14-15
of
range.
course. Yeah.
I honestly think they'll lose by 6 points. So it'll be a little closer than people are thinking, because Buffalo was coming off of a really hard-fought game last week that they had to really gut out and win. And they're dealing with some injuries as well on offense and defense. So I think they'll have to gut it out. They'll probably end up with the win, maybe 24-18. It won't be a super high scoring, even though Pittsburgh is missing TJ Watt. I think Mike Tomlin will kind of even the talent gap between the two teams and out coach Sean McDermott a little bit and make it a closer game than it should be.
Yeah.
Okay. Shoot, I'm going with Bills. They at their house. I'll probably go the other way if the Steelers are at their house, honestly, with that crowd behind them. But like you said, man, it's the coaching. It's all about the coaching too. So it's gonna be a close one, man. Real close game in my eyes.
Yeah. I mean, one thing, it's still a professional league. It's hard to beat somebody, by 14 points. That's a lot of points, man.
Yeah.
I just don't. And one thing too, like you said, Mike Tomlin, he can coach, so he can slow a game down. So I just don't think, the game will go as fast as people expect it to, for them to put up that point difference, right?
Yep.
They got Najee back there, man. Najee running that ball. You still got like kind of slow paced offense. So I think that this Mike Tomlin gonna make the Bills play his type of game, right?
A lot of punts, a lot of time of possession.
Exactly, time of possession. That's the biggest thing, because the Bills, you keep Josh off the field as long as possible. He can't get rolling. So,
exactly, because he get rolling and ain't no stopping them boys.
At all. I don't care if you got the Monstars out there. He gonna do what he do.
Man, I ain't lying.
Once he gets started.
Yeah, but that dude Diggs he's on fire. What did he say? He said, "I'm him." Hey,
yes,
dude, he is indeed. So that's one thing they got going. But I don't know if the way Minka playing for safety for them Steelers right now, he is everywhere. So I don't know. I don't know what he they got a matchup going. I know he's at safety, but still, I don't think I know Josh Allen like to go over the top on a lot of defenses. I don't know if he can pull it off on my guy here. I hate that I'm complimenting all these Bama players, bro. But go Tigers.
No, that defense is stout. Once they get TJ Watt back, they could be a playoff team with essentially no quarterback.
He's one of those players that literally will change the game single-handedly, man.
I
got hurt. I kind of like seeing what he do back on that line, man. But they Steelers kind of holding their own. And the Steelers coming off a tough L too against the Jets. I know that one sting.
Oh yeah,
away. So
yeah, them boys gonna be scratching and clawing, trying to get that second win of the year. So
yep.
But I think Bills too much for him in my eyes.
Oh yeah. I'm not knocking. I'll take the Bills,
even with the injuries.
That's facts.
My guy, he said he can't. They trying to comment. They said they can't comment, man.
I don't know what's going on. They should be able to.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the next one, man. I know where you at, Kendrick, right now. I know you got a lot of these out here. Woo! The Bears and the Vikings.
Man, all that bear down stuff, man. I got some.
I know you sick of seeing it.
Man, I got Bears friends up that's probably tuned in. They already know how I feel about the Bears. Can't stand them, but I'm not. I'm gonna roll with the Vikings, and the main reason, because I really do hate the Vikings, but the main reason I'm gonna roll with the Vikings is because the Bears have the worst offense in the NFL right now, man. Like, shoot, they make our offense look absolutely amazing. I know we frustrated with our offense, right? So the Bears they're struggling to move the ball. They're struggling. They can barely pass over 150 yards.
Literally.
And that's you just can't do that in the NFL, man. And we got a team like the Vikings, Justin Jefferson, hot. Kirk can get hot when he wants to. I know it's a weird QB, but Kirk does put up numbers.
Oh, yeah.
They can't match that offense.
Yeah.
They gotta hope that the Vikings shoot themselves in the foot or something. But I'm gonna go Vikings every day.
I like that pick. I like that pick a whole lot. Shoot, you got me one to start to change my mind. So where I was thinking was Roquan Smith and Eddie Jackson are going to primarily be those guys guarding the tight ends, which in Minnesota's offense, they usually have 2 tight and 2 wide. So that's going to be a crucial matchup. It's almost like what a traditional slot and safety matchup would be, but it's going to be a safety who's an all-pro and in Eddie Jackson and really, really good tight ends. So I would kind of keep my eye inside the box. We know what Justin Jefferson's hitting for. We know what Thielen's hitting for. But how those tight end matchups play out are going to kind of decide who's going to win the game. Just for the sake of parity, I'm going to roll with Chicago. I feel like Minnesota may drop one. It's a little bit of a trap game coming off of a win against us. The talent level isn't necessarily the same when you're seeing guys like Tyrann Mathieu out there and DeMario Davis. Now you're going against the Chicago Bears. So I think they'll be a little less focused, a little less motivated, and allow Chicago to come in and steal a win, even though they are going to probably throw under 170 pass yards.
And I like that pick, Floyd. I like that pick. Like the Bears hungry, man, and I need the Vikings to drop too. So I'm rolling with the Bears, man. Let's get it. I'm rolling with the Bears too, man. They're gonna go in Minnesota and take that dub, man. So I got the Bears pulling through on this one, bro. I like that.
Okay.
But I know that's out on a limb. Don't get me wrong. I know that's out there.
It's out there.
I mean, it's still the NFL. I get it. People drop games. That's why I said that. You know, they got to hope for the Vikings, which Vikings tend to play to their competition all the time. Like that's a team where, like I said, although I hate the Vikings, I'll give them their respect where it's due. But even last year, they lost a lot of one possession games, and their record didn't really speak for their season as a whole. It is a good team, but they always play to the level of their competition. So I can see.
Week.
Yep, I can see that offense just becoming real dry for some reason, and they can't move it, type of thing. I don't know why they get like that, but I promise you though, I still can't pick the Bears though. Ooh,
I feel it.
I can't do it.
Now they've been putting up some trash lately, and they're running the ball like 33 times a game, a lot of times.
Yeah,
but it come down though that they probably have one of the worst O-lines in the league. They show I can't remember the stat how much time Justin Fields actually has in the pocket, and Justin Fields probably one of the faster QBs in the league, and if he can't get away, that's how you know he got no time.
That's saying something. Yeah,
I feel bad for him because I don't think he's a bad QB or that bad, or his numbers aren't really showing what he actually might be capable of. They also have no receivers. Yep. Like it's the offense. It's tough, man. That's gonna be a tough one, bro.
Yeah, that's the only guy they're throwing it to.
Me and Floyd reaching, but hey, it is what it is.
It's a reach.
It's a reach.
I tell you, I would not be, I still wouldn't be surprised. We're gonna see.
That's it. And the next one, fellas, I want to get into is the 49ers versus the Panthers.
That's gonna be tough because San Fran has been so up and down.
Yeah, but you're right. It is tough. I'm gonna roll with the Niners on this one. And kind of watching that game against the Rams, they're coming off confidence. I love their pass rush. And when Baker Mayfield kind of get Russell, man, he tend to do all kinds of crazy stuff. So I'm gonna roll with the Niners on this, and mainly because of their defense.
I like it. And that's where I was leaning as well. I think the wide receiver core is gonna have a good game. Brandon Ayuk out wide, Deebo Samuel. I also feel like two of their games have been really, really poor weather from San Fran. So it's not necessarily a true reflection of what that offense can be. I think they had one big game where Trey Lance played, I think week 1, and then they had one big game, which was the first week that Jimmy Garoppolo played. And all the other games, to my knowledge, have been somewhat poor weather or against a really good team like the Rams. So they weren't able to really get off. And I think they'll be able to really show what they can do this week and get off. Shaq Thompson, the middle linebacker for the Carolina Panthers, plays very I would say undisciplined. He makes plays, but he doesn't always handle the gap control. And when you're playing against guys like Deebo Samuel, who will probably get 7 carries and 7 receptions this game, you have to be disciplined. And so if they aren't, the 49ers will probably win and might score 30.
I got 49ers too, man. Man, they was rolling last week, and they're gonna keep it. They're gonna keep that train rolling. So, yeah, man, they're gonna pull through over the Panthers, man. Give Panthers a 4th loss of the season.
Oh, I hope so.
Me too.
So we ain't last place no more.
Exactly. So, next one, my boys, Eagles versus the Cardinals, and where the Eagles take that first L of the season. What's your opinion on this?
I've been going back and forth on this game. I kind of stayed away from it because I know the Eagles are hot, and usually teams have to come down at some point or lose one. And it sounds crazy, but I'm actually gonna roll with the Cardinals on this one, man. I'm rocking with Cardinals. I know they play it sloppy, but they are coming off of a pretty solid win actually against the Panthers. No, it's not a huge credit, but it's it helps for their morale because they were struggling. So I'm gonna roll with the Cardinals on this one. That's my vote.
I like it, bro. I like it. And I swear I'm 50-50 really to this moment. I feel like if DeAndre Hopkins was in the game, that would be a huge plus for the Arizona Cardinals, being that where Darius Slay is going to be at, and he's going to be pretty much occupied and not necessarily traveling and moving and changing up the things that they do on the back end to confuse Kyler Murray. He'll kind of have him in a corner, or he would kind of have him in a corner and know where he's going to be at all times, whereas not necessarily the case. He's going to have to find where number 2 is every time he comes to the line of scrimmage. Yep. So I kind of got Philly just with the way that their D-line plays and the way that Kyler Murray plays, and knowing what they have on the secondary with C.J. Gardner-Johnson, Darius Slay. They're pretty talented back there and can cover a whole lot of ground. So if Kyler is running scramble drill, 50% of his dropbacks, like it feels like he's doing all season, I think they'll be able to cover that really well. Now, if the Cardinals are, getting to their spots, getting to their third step and getting the ball out and in rhythm, that would kind of stifle what Philly does. They play well against teams that are not as cohesive. So they play well against teams that get into bad plays and try to make things happen on the freestyle. So Arizona could hang in there. It would not surprise me if they hung in this game, especially being that I don't care how good a team is. It's hard to win 5 straight games in the NFL.
Exactly. That's where I stand.
So I'm leaning, but I'm going to say Philly, and they probably get their first L next week in week 6.
Okay. Dang, she up. I'm rolling with the Cardinals. She looking at me. I'm rolling with the Cardinals, man. I got.
Sleeping on the couch.
You sure you want to do that tonight? I'm about to say you got to sleep tonight, boy.
You're sleeping on the couch tonight, boy.
Yeah, she looking at me crazy right now. But I'm rolling with the Cardinals. I got Eagles taking their first L of the season. They going to a tough stadium to play at, and I feel like Murray gonna get loose. So
he's one of those different quarterbacks. It's like you can play 90% of the plays almost perfect as a defense, and they can still get what they need to out of certain plays if they, with their playmaking ability.
My last take on this game is, the Cardinals are down receivers. I know Hollywood Brown's actually having probably one of his better years actually this year, if I'm not mistaken. But so it's not like there's anybody. Slay might shadow Hollywood, but they don't have a lot of weapons, so that's going to be the hard part. Will their offense draw up something to get these guys open? Will these receivers make plays? That's what I'm banking on. That's why I think Kyler kind of extending the play. Mm-hmm. The Eagles, I don't think, have played anybody kind of this loose in the pocket.
Exactly.
So we're gonna see what really go down.
That's it.
It's going to be a fun game to watch. You got Jalen Hurts on one side, Kyler Murray with the ball in his hand on the other.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be close. It's like it ain't going to, ain't no team's going to overlap the other teams. So
I don't see it being a dominant game. Yeah,
not
at all.
Whatever the over is, I'm rocking with it. I just think it's going to be a shootout. Cardinals, truthfully, don't have a good defense. I do think that this game gonna be well over 50.
You right. I might need to put that in right now. I'm in the booth,
Man,
so it's no pressure.
yeah.
I know we can't do that in Texas, Floyd.
Nah.
Man, that's crazy, right? Boy, what
Yeah,
is
get
Crazy.
down bad out there in Texas. I
Crazy.
might need to put that in right now.
That's facts.
Over.
And that's another good one right here, y'all. The Cowboys and the Rams.
Woo! Man, look, I'm rocking with the actually. That's another one. I was been thinking about this since yesterday. I've been trying to make my own tickets or whatever, but this one I'm going with the Rams. My reason being, their offense got absolutely embarrassed. I know Sean McVay probably takes huge pride in his offense. They're not going to drop that 2 weeks in a row, and I know the Cowboys defense been on fire, but I just know Sean McVay can bounce back and put together a nasty scheme to get some points on the board. Man, they ain't scored a single touchdown last week against a divisional team, so
Crazy.
yeah, this is wild to me. So they will come back hard, and they will put numbers up, and Cooper Rush has to see a defense that's probably hungry after what happened to them. So you got to see Aaron Donald. You got to see, I know Jalen Ramsey been getting kind of cooked all year, but Jalen Ramsey got to show us something, man. So we're gonna see what they about.
That's really the big matchup. How does number 5 play for the LA Rams? If he plays good, and that doesn't necessarily mean he has an interception and 5 PBUs and a touchdown. That just means he does his job well. If he plays well, they win. If he doesn't play well, in my opinion, I don't see them winning, and I think Cooper Rush gets the dub. And that's kind of where I'm gonna lean with. Just how momentum has been going. The offense for the Dallas Cowboys know that they don't have to go out there and win the game. Like, the onus is not on them to be the superior unit in the game, and they have to do so to win. They know that they can rely on that defense. They can rely on Michael Parsons' ability to get home and get O-linemen's hands off of him really well. And then on the other end, they have DeMarcus Lawrence doing almost a better job, but just as good of a job with getting off the block. So they know they just have to play well enough on offense, especially until Dak Prescott gets back. And they've been doing a good job of drawing up game plans that get the ball out of Cooper Rush's hands and get it to Tony Pollard, get it out of Rush's hands and get it to Zeke. And they're bringing Michael Gallup back into the fold this week, who I think will have a big game, which will play into Jalen Ramsey not having a great game. And I think they end up losing by like 9. So maybe 27, 18, or 25-14, something, or 25-60, something like that. And that'll really have the Rams kind of questioning where they are in this season, which I think it'll be too early to hit the panic button, but I feel like Dallas somehow, some way goes to LA and pulls out the win.
They gotta get off that Super Bowl hangover, man.
That's
a little bit. Yep.
I'm rolling with the Rams. Jamon came on here with that bad juju talking about my Saints on last Wednesday podcast. So so I feel like bing bong. So I feel like the Rams gonna quiet all the noise and put the Cowboys fans back in that hole where they was at the beginning of the season. Hey, I got the Rams pulling this game through.
Our biggest thing is gonna be making those tackles. They were getting killed with yards after the catch in that game last week. I don't think that they completely got kind of toasted in the air. I just think that they didn't make the plays.
That's a great point.
Because if you remember that game, man, a lot of those plays were well under 10, 15 yards that turned into big plays. They to make a tackle. I don't see them doing that, multiple weeks in a row. They definitely probably had to touch base on that. So that's they're gonna shake back, man. Cowboys.
They definitely practice wrapping up.
Oh yeah,
they definitely practice that.
I don't think there's a single DB that got an answer for Cooper, man. He know how to get open. I think you can confuse if they have Diggs following Cooper, it's gonna get ugly because I don't think that's it. That's the type of corner he is, man. Sorry, Jamon. I just being honest. Diggs very overrated corner in my opinion, man. I gotta just throwing it out there. But he got his work cut out for him today.
Yep. Hey, look. This is random and off the wall, but I just can't help but notice. Ken, I see you got your beanie on, bro. That Buns beanie, that mug is
Yes,
fire.
sir.
I'm ordering mine this week.
Hey, them
Hey,
mug is
I was
fire.
Shout out
hey,
to
I was
Sabrenica.
yeah.
She doing her thing, man. We're gonna get that train rolling. Definitely gonna support very soon. It's
Hey,
fire. It's a fire
I was
line.
waiting for my window to shout it out. That's why I put it on, man. You know, RP to my cousin, man. Love you, Bun. And yes, that was one of the a really great idea by his sisters for doing this. I
Great
bought
product.
he and the kids. So anybody who who just want something, want to donate, support. Bun touched a lot of people. Great dude. Feel free. I shared it on my page. I know they do. Get your Bun beanies, man.
Buns beanies.
Let's get it.
That's it.
Yes, sir. You see it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I got turned in there.
The
Big,
logo,
big,
yeah, the logo's so fire. I'm telling you, I'm
fire.
ordering mine this week.
That mug
Let's
fire.
get it. They got many colors, dude. I think they had a discount. It was like $21 a beanie, man. Hop on there. Get your beanie. It's getting
Facts.
cold, too.
Big
Yeah,
facts.
it's that time. It's that
Cold out
time.
there. Let's get it.
Big facts.
Appreciate you, Floyd.
For sure, man. That on fire.
Next with my boys, Bengals versus the Ravens.
I'm tuning in. I'm gonna be right in front of the TV for this one.
Hey, this is going to be a really good game. It's going to be a defensive game in my mind. Man, the Ravens, they start out hot, but they kind of playing sloppy at the same time, man. I told you last week, they showed that fact they've been trailing for only 14 seconds in the season so far. That's still crazy to me. It blows my mind. But I'm rolling with Joe. I gotta roll with Joe. Gotta roll with Chase. Gotta roll with my Bengals, man. That's my obviously second team by nature because got our boys on there. But he said Action Jackson.
Hey, that boy a problem.
Hey, here's the thing. His go-to receiver who he was connecting well with is out today. So he kind of goes back. It's going to take a step back to him kind of not having any receivers to get the ball to for real. So we're going to see.
Yeah, and that's a big point. I think Rashad Bateman is out.
Yep, Rashad Bateman.
Yeah, and he's been like 50% of the reception yardage for the Baltimore Ravens, which usually was Mark Andrews. Well, which we've seen the past 2 years be Mark Andrews. So a faster guy has played into how well Lamar Jackson is playing, being the number one target. So look for Mark Andrews to have a big game this week. But I just feel like it won't be enough. He'll probably come up with 8 catches or something or so, and Lamar Jackson will have to try to be Superman and bring out that cape again. But the issue is that Baltimore Ravens defense is literally relying on turnovers. It's a bend but don't break D, where teams are getting all the way down there. They're getting churning up yards on that defense, and then maybe they get a takeaway, maybe they don't. Maybe the team scores, maybe they give up 3, but they're definitely going to get down there close enough to where they can figure out how to get points. And the Baltimore defense tries to take the ball away at that point. But I don't think that's a great game plan against the Cincinnati Bengals. They have a great decision maker in Joe Burrow, and the wide receiver the playmakers out wide to be able to make some of those bad throws, honestly, receptions, which they've been doing for the past year or two. So I think Cincinnati will end up getting the win.
Hey, this is a good fact or a fact right here that Carmen mentioned, bro. 5 straight L's at home for the Ravens.
Baltimore, yeah, it feels like they're fighting an uphill battle. It's slowly but surely, it seems like it gets harder to do what they did the last week every week.
Yeah, I agree.
Man said, I don't care who wins. Joe just better get these.
You must got that. Yeah, you must got something rolling on Joe. I ain't mad at you. Get your money.
That's it. I got Bengals. Going to their house and taking that. They're gonna give them the 6th straight loss. Carmen at the Ravens. So I got Bengals. Joe Burrow, big LSU man. Let's get it.
That Cincy defense, they got Trey Hendrickson and not Bates the third. Bates the third is not who I'm thinking of.
I just don't like Eli.
They have an unsung linebacker. His last name is Wilson, I think. Logan Wilson.
Yeah. Yes, you're correct.
Bruh. Dude
Eli gonna get burnt.
Different.
Nobody
talks about him. He's 55. He's really good.
the Bengals kind of like been their main thing is they gotta protect Joe Burrow in the pocket, man. Their defense is not bad, solid defense. Offense to me is obviously can be really elite, electrifying, but it goes downhill when Joe Burrow he can take a lot of hits. I think he gonna break a record with sacks, man. But the thing about Joe, he can take a sack, but he can come back and torch you real quick, man. Get you over the top. That's what makes him good. But they gotta protect him today, and definitely minimize the turnovers.
And the Bengals defense is not bad, but Eli's trash.
Yeah.
Just like Mud said.
Oh, yes, sir.
Eli's trash.
Trash can.
They say
Dumpster.
You thought you was a superstar.
Yeah.
That's all that, man. Boy, don't let me bring out the Eli Apple diss track, man.
Trash can juice. That's a fact, though. Look, Lamar Jackson on the same field as Eli Apple at the same time is not a good recipe. So I'm kind of
I know, Eli think he got a lot of confidence with that Dolphins win. He felt like he did something against Tyreek Hill.
It didn't.
I can't. I really don't. I never did like the dude. I can tell you right now, I never forget. The Falcons was playing the Giants. He got cooked by Calvin Ridley.
Man, he stayed getting cooked.
Hey, we traded for him the next day for a 3rd round pick, man. I was like, oh no, ain't no way he a saint now. I just watched him get baptized, but
yes,
he don't. But here's the thing, though. He doesn't have a tough target to guard today. That's gonna really kind of boost his confidence. It's not like you got a receiver that's gonna blow the top off for the Ravens, man. So
that's a good plus for him. The only plus for him in this game.
He did drop 160 on the blow, man.
Jeez.
In his defense, though, they had Eli on Waddle, and he didn't get a lot of targets, but that's gonna make him feel good that Waddle only had like 20-something yards.
Mm-hmm.
Bengals, though, we all Bengals. That's all I hear.
Yeah, I'm rolling with Cincy. Baltimore has too much to overcome. The thing about it, though, both of those teams have 2 quarterbacks who can play, a bad half or even 3 straight bad quarters, and go win the game in the 4th quarter. So it's gonna come down to that last quarter.
Yeah, I agree.
That it is. The next one I got, Monday Night Football, fellas. Raiders versus the Chiefs.
Hey,
definitely pick the over.
Hey, hear me out, boy.
What's up?
I'm rocking with the Raiders, bro.
Okay.
First of all, we got a division game. That's a division game.
That's true.
It is.
The Raiders are another team where they're not going to get blown out. They are going to make you work in the craziest ways. I don't know how they do it, but they're going to make you work. And I just think that Carr, he got Renfro back this week. I know he loved Hunter Renfro last year to complement freaking Devontae Adams, who arguably might be the best receiver in the league. Man, he is nasty. They're going to go to work, man.
And they always ball head to head, man. That's like it's always a good game with the Raiders and the Chiefs.
That's so true. KC, they played not played bad, but they played down when they played the Chargers and the Raiders.
They are the Vikings of the AFC. Like the Vikings and the Raiders to me have a very similar style when it comes to. They play really well against their matchup, but they're going to play down. So like people that, top teams, they're going to play up to their part. And then when they come across some team where they probably should beat, they're going to struggle against them. It's a weird scenario, and hopefully they change that. But I do think they make this a game. I know the primetime games have been pretty trash. So hopefully they make it a shootout. We can get some
fun. Yeah.
So we're going to see. I got Raiders, though. I'm not going to lie to you. I love Chiefs. I mean, Patty is Patty. He do his thing, but he is human, and they is human. And I still got the Raiders, man.
My only thing, and everything you just said was 100% right. You probably right, but the last time I went against Patrick Mahomes on Monday Night Football in prime time, golly, man, I think it was that game where he had like 6 touchdowns.
Yeah,
in three
I know.
quarters or something
I know.
crazy like that. It was a
Something
year or
about
two ago.
the Mondays where he got a little extra
Hey.
rest on his legs where he can get
Bruh.
loose.
Look, and
Bruh.
His
this
arm, you
But
know.
the Raiders have Darren Waller, the fastest tight end in the league. So and that Chiefs defense has been struggling. That's why I say take the over. Both teams are going to score.
they still gave up 31 points to the Bucks. They were blowing them out, and the people didn't realize. I mean, the Bucks still had a chance. In a small world, but they were kind of clawing back at them, and that defense was getting cooked. So I don't think that the Chiefs have anybody that can touch Devontae Adams. Get that man the ball, and Hunter Renfrow is amazing at working underneath. Like that's a tough target right there. I know people sleep on him, little body, but that dude can go. So we're gonna see. And I know it's prime time Patty, man. That's hard. I'm going against him, testing my luck.
Only thing. It's like he know, okay, we the only team playing football on TV right now. I'm finna ball.
Man, it's that offense, man. Bellamy know how to freaking drop some plays. That offense is freaking amazing. Yeah. So we're gonna see if the Raiders if they get some stops, if they can force some turnovers somehow. We're gonna see. The Colts managed to do it, so I'm assuming the Raiders can sneak one in there. Let's get there. Let's get that dub. Raiders.
I'm rolling with Chiefs, man. I'm rolling with Chiefs. And shoot, like I said, I feel like they're gonna put on some points on that defense, on that Raiders defense. So
for sure.
Yeah,
count on that.
Some big points too. Like Munn said, it's gonna be up there.
I'm waiting for McCall to take that role. He was talking kind of wild in the preseason. I'm waiting for McCall to have his game. So let's see if they work with him. He was supposed to take.
I'm waiting for that man to show out too, man. He supposed to take. Yeah, ever since Hill left, he supposed to take over, man.
Exactly.
He said that though. He said that, and I actually put faith in him. I'm like, hey, he gonna go crazy, and he's been real quiet this year. The work been coming from all kinds of weapons. Patty know how to sling it. McCall has not been. He has not blown the top off of defense yet. I'm waiting for him to get loose, man.
That's facts. And so, like we were saying, I think it's almost like a offense versus offense. It's almost like a stalemate, except for Patrick Mahomes. The wide receiver cores are pretty talented, pretty evenly talented. I feel like the difference is going to be, does Josh Jacobs or Clyde Edwards-Helaire have a better game?
Oh my, Carmen, crazy.
Hey, Carmen, you wild. That's correct. Boy, you crazy, boy. Hey, you know what is the wildest thing? The Raiders don't have a single none of their first round draft picks. They don't have any of them from what I believe like the last 5 or 6 years. They're all
6 drafts. Yep.
That is crazy, man. That man said they in jail. Oh my goodness.
Ooh,
crazy talk, man. You wild. That is funny, dude.
Going in. Really going in.
Last but not, that's the Breesy Picks right there, fellas. But last but not least, the Seahawks at our house, man.
Yes, indeed.
We getting a dub today, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah, must win.
Dub, baby.
Hey, man, look. If we don't get this dub, man, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and hang my jersey up. But
I can't do that. But maybe for the season, because golly, I don't see how we come back from that.
Man, it's like this a must win right here, bro.
No doubt.
We needed last week for sure, but this right here, bro, this huge. And we at our house, man. There ain't no excuse, man.
Thanks, bro. I can't say this is the biggest game of the year because we've played some division games already, but this is the biggest non-divisional game of the season, by far. Right now.
Mine rolling with the Seahawks.
I don't know.
So
if Geno Smith is running the football, so if he's scrambling, that's not gonna be a good sign for us. He does this thing where they do bootlegs outside. I'm fine with that, but if he's kind of going north and south, not gonna be good for us.
We can't let Geno get loose on us, but he don't got the legs like a Mariota. I feel like that was killing us, but
we don't. That's not our style, though. I think
Oh, it's kind of cutting in and out. Hold on real quick, Kendrick. I'm gonna get you back. See if it's back on now.
You right though. Our defense though, we don't have that type of All right, we good?
Yeah, it should be straight.
You straight?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we good.
We good?
Yes, sir. It's on his end.
I don't know if I'm.
Let me see. But yeah, man. Try to get him back in here if we can. But shoot. But yeah, man. Oh, there you go. There you go.
It's like this one of them games that could go either way. So it's so hard. There's so many different variables to judge on how it's gonna turn out.
That's it. Man, like I said, as long as we get the Geno, man, and don't let them get loose on us, we're gonna be all right. I don't think the Seahawks defense, can hold what we got on offense, even though we got MT out.
Even with MT gone and Jarvis is questionable.
That man back, and he healthy,
Yes,
and he
sir.
healthy. So that's huge.
Looking at the way they were tackling last week too is like that's a good sign for us. They played well on offense, but that defense was not really bringing guys to the ground. So they were able to get off the field a lot and get a win. But if they play like that against us, I'm excited to see, Alvin Kamara probably break about 8 tackles and go for one of those long home run hits that he's been giving us for the past few years consistently.
My boy Aaron hit me up I just got the word. He said Jarvis out today.
Oh, that hurt.
Am I still froze? Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
You good. Now, Ken.
Good, man. I was just looking. Yeah, I was just about to say that. That's what I was saying before I cut out. I just got the noti. Freaking Jarvis out, man.
Yeah.
That hurts. He practiced all week.
So
he did. We still straight.
No,
we deep on receiver, though.
Yep.
We deep on receiver.
So,
Callaway.
Yep. Callaway, I think Traquan. I think we seen Traquan touch the field a couple times. Chris Olave, our guy. Let's get loose today, baby.
That's it.
Yeah, it's his show. He gonna have to go out there and get it if the top 2 guys are out.
It's all on defense, man. Defense.
We struggle against. I think one reason we struggle against Mariota is because we don't have speed in the box. Like we got a lot of strong, good pass rushers, but they're more power rushers. So I think that's why we struggled against Mariota. Geno's not, he can't get out the pocket. He doesn't have the wheels like Mariota does. But hey, my guy, he take me, man, and Cam Jordan we trust. He's gonna hold us down. We're gonna get right. And I know what we're gonna take away from the Seahawks that gets their game rolling is that run game. They're gonna roll out on that game to get them going. That's how Geno's been kind of getting his pass game rolling. We have a great run game. I have confidence in our run game. We take that away from them like we did last year. That's what had them struggling. We will win this game. And Lattimore, I don't think that Lattimore has had multiple bad games in a row. I know he don't let things like what happened last week take him down.
He got it on his mind. You seen what he put on Instagram with Justin Jefferson?
That boy activated his Instagram to come back and say that. Boy, he had his account.
That's my level of petty.
Weeks. That boy said, "I'm gonna catch you, little nigga."
I told y'all.
And then deactivated it.
I told y'all, Lattimore, he flourished against receivers like DK, big body receivers that want to get physical. That's why he does well against Mike Evans. That's why he did well against Julio when he was in the division, and that's why he did well against DK last year. DK had 1 catch, and after that, you didn't hear from him.
That's it.
He's a good corner when it comes to guarding big body receivers. I don't think Geno is gonna get the ball to DK like he wants unless they draw up some really nice plays to get him open. But as long as he is on him, we should have this game under control. Obviously, our biggest question is what is our offense going to do today? I have faith in our defense for once. I know we haven't been able to say that a lot of years. We've been good, right? But we've relied on our offense. Now we like our defense is what we rely on. So let's see what this team do today.
Red Rocket back. You gonna see what if Red Rocket got in on the day.
I think he gets the dub. I think he gets the dub and throws for 250 or 230 plus again.
Yep.
Exactly. He went 20 for 28.
Hey, show the jersey again. That's who holding us down today. That's I'm calling. Hey, if you gambling, Floyd, AK anytime touchdown. He is getting in the end zone today. I'm telling you right now.
I need him too. I got my man on fantasy. I need him to run it up.
Yes, sir.
41 is the game plan. The whole game plan today.
Yes, sir. Real talk.
Yeah. So as far as us defending the run, I feel like send them Jones in, bro.
Yeah, send them in, man.
DM us. Comment. Yeah.
Comment anything.
We'll put your picks up. But I feel like the way we play against the run, it's gonna look a whole lot like what it looked like against Minnesota last week. So both of those teams are primarily probably 90% one back. And the teams that have been able to run the football on us, Tampa Bay, Atlanta, they had a fullback on the field or an H-back, however you want to call it, on those gash plays that they were running. And so when there's a one back, Demario Davis doesn't have a lot of confusion. There's only one back and one direction that he's reading. And they know their gap based on the direction that his first step is. That's why counters have kind of gotten us out of position or out of gaps sometimes. But for the most part, we handle the single back formation, whether it's in shotgun or under the center, really well. So I think we'll be able to recreate what we did last week against Dalvin Cook and against, what's his name, McCormick, 33. I'm probably way off. The backup running back, who's a really talented guy as well from Minnesota. So if we can do that, Madison, with the two T's. So if we can really do, if we can flow downhill really well, then they're gonna have to have Geno Smith either in shotgun or in bootlegs, trying to dice us up. And I don't think that's the game plan they want to go with. They want to use the passing game as the element of surprise off of their run game. So we got to shut that run game down.
Hey, Jamal, he been playing well though. I ain't gonna sleep on him. He hot right now. He got confidence.
He been slinging that thing. I ain't gonna hold you.
We gonna see today. Hey, you know who we need still that high motor, high play for my young buck, man. Pete Warner, man.
Warner, yes.
Man, shoot, Buddy been averaging over 8 tackles a game, bro. I've been seeing 11, 9. Yeah,
and so I think the Seahawks gonna run that ball. It's gonna be a high tackling game for him today. He's everywhere.
And you know that now that you just said that, I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Pete Warner gets a pick today. Because the way that they run, they have backside tight ends coming across the face or across the ball a whole lot. And even though Noah Fant is really, really fast, Will Dissly is super talented. I think we almost know that they are focused on getting their tight ends the ball more so than other teams are. So our linebackers and our safeties are going to have to clamp down on those crossing routes. And I think the Geno, really any quarterback naturally is going to avoid guys like Tyrann Mathieu and even Marshawn down the field. So they're going to be enticed by those crossing routes. And if Pete Warner can do one of those stunts where he, is down in the dog, in the gap, like he's blitzing, does a step or two and drops with the way the play action bootleg works, the quarterback's back is turned to the defense while all that is happening. So he will turn around looking to make his throw and not necessarily know who's in the zones when they are. So I think we get a pick from one of the linebackers today.
Carmen made a good point right here. He said who Geno played, they got a defense like the Saints. So
they have the
49ers gonna put up.
I'm gonna respect the Broncos is probably the best defense that the Seahawks face. And to be honest, they shouldn't have won that game. We know that they couldn't score on the goal line like multiple times, but they played the Falcons. They played the Lions, which we know the Lions have the worst defense in the league, so that kind of made their offense look better than what I truly think it actually is. But they're gonna struggle. I like that Pete Warner prediction. One thing too, if they're targeting those tight ends like they think they are, I do believe that Devin Allen's smart enough we're gonna get Honey Badger down in that box, and he can get physical. he can take away those whatever they got going. He's a smart corner.
Bro.
That's how he got his pick last.
Shoot, even Cameron Jordan getting a hand on him or something, on the pass rush, knocking him off his route. That's gonna help you. Davenport on the other end, so them boys getting a hand on him. That's gonna knock that tight end all the way off the route, and like you said, give a Honey Badger a chance to step up and make a play.
And tip drill is going to be important too. Geno Smith has had a lot of passes batted down at the line of scrimmage this year for whatever reason, and not many of them have. They all pretty much, to my knowledge, they all have fell incomplete. But if we can work some of that tip drill and catch some of those and maybe turn it into a turnover, I think that will literally win us the game. If we can win the turnover battle, we win the game today. That's point blank, period.
That's it. And last things last before we get out of here, fellas. Kendric, I know you gotta ride. Yep. The injury report, man. We got Winston out, of course, for us. Jarvis out, Marcus May, Michael Thomas, Calvin Throckmorton, and Nick Vinette and Peyton Turner is all out for us today. But also the Seahawks, they got a long little list too, man. They got a lot of questionable over there, but I feel like most of them guys are going to play for the most part.
Yeah.
But they got a long injury list too, like a long one. I ain't gonna get into them too much because I really don't care about the Seahawks. But
we gonna get it. Hey,
we gonna get it.
I gotta get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? But once again, appreciate that. Appreciate the time. Love it.
You already know how
we coming. We getting that W. Who that nation? My guy. Hey, I do got a guy up here, man. He's a diehard Tigers fan. He was like, he wanted to talk about the Tigers. I told him how we rocking, but go Tigers. Yeah, he already know the vibes. We coming off the L. Hey, don't forget
a big one too.
Hey, look, we have not won. The Tigers and the Saints have not won in the same week, so they lost.
I said that, bro. I swear I said that. I said that, man.
I think we get the win because for some reason we cannot win in the same week. So let's see if we get that fair. Keep the pattern going.
That's facts.
But
this is a good one, fellas. Oh yeah, already, my boy.
You already know.
You already know, man,
bro. We gonna get back on Wednesday and talk about how it went.
Go get them bun beans, man. Let's get it.
Bun beans.
Talk.
Find them joints on Facebook. Search them up.
Yes, sir.
Real talk.
Hey, good
all
day.
Love, fellas.
Who that, bro? Let's get this win. Who that?
The Mario Daggers, bitch, I'm flicking shit. I see the dirt birds that they talking shit. But I bet you pussy niggas ain't gon' win again. Who that? Hey, who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Hey, who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't, yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't, who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't, yeah. Who that say they gon' beat them Saints where you ain't? Cause you can't, who that say they gon' beat them Saints? Let's get it. I like to thank Draye Allen and Jared Floyd for this opportunity. And this is not for no Falcon fans whatsoever. Yeah. We don't fuck with y'all. If you my friend, you my friend, but if you're a Falcon fan, we don't fuck with y'all. Yeah, let's go.